reset it. For some reason, my mic was muted, although it wasn't appearing muted. Reset it. For some reason, my mic was muted. As you know, we're starting our West Coast road trip, and the Yankees have traveled to Sacramento, and we'll be locking it up with the Athletics for this weekend. Game time for Game 1 is tonight at 10:05. Game 2 is tomorrow, and it's at 4:05 in the afternoon. And Game 3 is at 4:05 on Sunday. This is our first leg out to the West Coast. We face the A's for the first set, and we face the Mariners on the second half before we head back home for the Subway Series. This month presents a lot of problems, very tough teams that we're going to be playing with. But if the Yankees play with the tenacity that we did versus the Padres over our last series, I think that good things will happen. I'm going to give a shout out to some of the folks that are here. Jonathan, glad that you're here. Dev Finch, Sean Browning, and FJ. Appreciate y'all's support, and I see that there are other people in the background, so chat up when you can. Hey, Real Bill P, how you doing? We have Game 1. Our starter is Will Warren versus Osvaldo Beto. Game 2 is going to be Carlos Rodon versus J.P. Sears, former Yankee farmhand. Game 3, we haven't announced our pitcher. What I suspect is going to happen is Ryan Yarbrough will take the mound for us, and we'll run him as far as we can, possibly as an opener or our fifth starter. Obviously, we cut Cookie Carrasco, and we brought up De Los Santos, who is a reliever and not a starter. Hopefully this move proves beneficial for us and gives our bullpen some time off that they actually need. I'm going to get into it. The Yankees on this season are 12-16, and we're first placed in the AL East. In our last 10 games, the team's record is 5-5. Currently, the Yankees are on a 2-game winning streak, and when our team has faced teams that have a greater than 500 record, we are 12-9. Our team this year is 8-8 for road series and 13 at home for home games. Of the 12 series that we've played, the Yankees are 6-6. Not overly impressive, and hopefully that tally will improve with the road trip. We have series wins over the Brewers, the Pirates, the Royals, the Rays, the Blue Jays, and the Padres. Our team has losses to the Diamondbacks, the Tigers, Giants, the Guardians, Orioles, and the Rays. So hence we have beat up on teams that we should beat up on. We have not done so great against the teams that are top caliber. Like I says, with the way that we performed, the heart that we showed in the Padres series, hopefully it carries through. And I'll hit on the A's. The A's on this season are 12-18. They're in second place in the AL West. In their last 10 games, the A's are 6-4, and they are currently on a 2-game losing streak. When facing teams that, hey, Mario. Glad to see you hopping in. when the A's are facing teams that have a greater than 500 record, uh, they are actually 6-13. Their run differential is a -24, and the current home record is their road record is 13-7, while their home record is 7-11. That's usually something that you don't see. They're playing in an unfamiliar stadium, and uh, that may be accounting for some of the differentials there. For season series, uh, the A's record is a 6-5-1. They started the season off with a split with the Seattle Mariners. They have series wins versus the Rockies, two series wins against the Rangers, uh, two series wins against the White Sox, and a series win against the Marlins. Their losses are to the Cubs, the Padres, the Brewers, a second series with the Mariners, and the Mets. Hey, Stephen B., glad to see you hopping in. Thanks for chiming up. So with the A's record being 12-18, they've got a lot of wins against teams that are actually really bad. White Sox and the Rockies being three of their series pluses. They did beat a good Texas team. They face them a lot, so there's probably a familiarity there. So I think that their record is probably more deceptive than it actually is for substance. For the starters, the opener for today is Osvaldo Bido. He is 2-2 on the season with a 4.71 ERA, and he has 21 strikeouts. He features 4 pitches, a four-seam fastball, which he throws about 43% of the time, and its average speed is roughly 94 miles an hour. He throws a slider, which he throws 21% of the time, a changeup, a cutter, and a sinker that range between 11 and 13%. So he basically uses all of his pitches. He doesn't have a pitch or two that he sits back on. The only above average characteristic that Bido has is good off-speed run value, i.e. a lot of movement. His negatives are he has a low strikeout rate and he has a low ground ball rate. So people tend to tag him if he doesn't have movement. So, that could bode very well for the Yankees tonight. Bido tends to pitch in the upper half of the zone. He relies on movement on his off-speed pitches to keep the barrel off the bats. His last start was a no decision. He went 5 innings, gave it 3 hits, 2 walks, 4 earned runs, and had 4 strikeouts. So not a bad outing, not a great outing. And that outing was against, I'll have to get back to you on that one. I don't remember it off the top of my head. With regard to our starter is going to be Will Warren for this evening. He's 1-2 on the season with a 7.71 ERA. He has 34 strikeouts. He features 5 pitches, a 4-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour, a sweeper, a changeup, a sinker, and a curveball. Warren tends to have actually a high K rate and a lot of ground outs, and he's got great extension, which means basically that his fastball looks faster than it actually is. Warren's last outing was against the Rays, and it was a loss. He ended up going 4 2/3 innings. He gave up 7 hits, 3 base on balls, 3 earned runs, and he had 6 strikeouts. We haven't seen the Will Warren yet that we expect. He's still a prospect. He's working through stuff. The key things for Warren is he has to get movement on his pitches, and he cannot pitch in the middle of the strike zone. Every time that happens, he tends to get hit, and he gets hit hard. So hopefully we can do well against the A's, who tend to be a middle of the road type of hitting team that enjoys a lot of speed. So if we can keep the runners off the bases, good things can happen for us. The second game is going to feature former Yankee J.P. Series. On this, and he's a left-handed pitcher. On this season, he's 4-2 with a 2.93 ERA, and he has 32 strikeouts. If you don't remember, he features 5 pitches, 4-seam fastball. He throws about 40-41% of the time, and it's running about 92 miles an hour. So not incredible velocity. He has a sweeper that he throws about 31% of the time, and those are the 2 main pitches he uses, sort of like a former version of Carlos Rodon. His pluses is, we'll bring up a comment from a couple of them from Real Bill. First one, the trip is going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to these games. As am I. This evening, for those of you in the stream, I'm going to be on NY Yankees Mania and going to be doing a play-by-play with Joe. So a lot of the other people who stream are not streaming this weekend. So if you get the chance, hop on, say hi, and see what we got for you. And the second comment, if Will Warren from Real Bill, if Will Warren moves around the zone, he can be successful. He can't pipe the pitches. Exactly. JP faced us last year, and he hammered us. He looked like freaking Nolan Ryan. Matter of fact, I believe he held us to 1 run, and then their monster closer came in and struck out Soto, Judge, and Stanton back to back to back. For Sears, he has plus fastball and breaking ball movement. He doesn't tend to give up a lot of walks. He is a little above league average for chase rate, as with exit velocity. His negatives are he doesn't tend to whiff people. They tend to be on top of his stuff. And his fastball velo is low. And he's going to be matching up with Carlos Rodon. For those of you, you've been watching me and the Yankees, you know what Carlos Rodon is all about. He's going to give us quality innings, 6, possibly 7. He's, until the rain-laden game for Game 1 of the Padres series, he gave up, he got 5 strikeouts. And prior to that, the previous 5 games, he was at least 7+ strikeouts a game. So I'm anticipating having dry, good weather and Rodon being able to manage his pitches, and his strike count will elevate. over the last 4 games, Rodon has only given up 2 earned runs. And something that we saw earlier in the season is he was giving up 1 to 2 home runs a game. And the home run bug hasn't bitten him as of late. The Game 3 starter for the A's is going to be former Yankee Luis Severino. This year, Severino is 1-3. He has a 3.62 ERA with 38 strikeouts. He features 6 pitches, which include a 4-seam fastball. He throws about 27% of the time, running about 96 miles an hour. He throws a sinker, also running about 95 miles an hour. And he throws that 27% of the time, or 24% of the time. He has a sweeper, which he throws 23% of the time, a cutter that he throws about 17%. The cutter's running about 92 miles an hour. And he has a change and a slider, but they're negligible pitches. So basically, he's going to be a 4-pitch pitcher, unless he doesn't really have control of his stuff. Severino's pluses are definitely fastball run rate. Like it says, he's chunking that fastball about 96 miles an hour. He has a very low barrel rate, and he has a good run rate on that fastball. His negatives are, even with that velocity, he doesn't tend to whiff a lot of people, and the on-base percentage for hitters going against him is extremely high. Batters are hitting roughly a 280 against Rodon this season. If we look at their team pitching statistics, where they lay, they are running a team ERA of 4.46. They have that, which makes them 25th in the league. They've allowed 39 home runs, which is 16th in the league. Their WHIP is a 1.41, which is 24th in the league. And the batting average against their team is a 2.53, which is 24th in the league. Their pitching stars, JP Sears leads the team with 4 wins, as does Jeffrey Springs. JP Sears also leads the team in ERA with a 2.93, and Severino follows up with a 3.62. Severino leads the team in strikeouts. Then you have Sears and Springs both having 32 strikeouts. And then Mason Miller, their closer, having 26, which is a hell of a lot of strikeouts for a bullpen guy. If we look at their hitting statistics, their team batting average is a 258, which is 4th in the major leagues. They've scored 165 runs, 15th in the leagues. They've hit 47 home runs, which is 8th. Their on-base percentage is a 319, 13th. And their slugging is a 421, 6th. So, i.e., they hit a fair amount of home runs to do their scoring. As far as batting average, Jacob Wilson is one guy to keep an eye on. He's hitting 357 on the season. The next highest average is their first baseman, Tyler Soderstrom, and he's hitting ballpark about 290 or so. Soderstrom started out the season hot, banging a lot of home runs. He's hit 9 on the season. Their left fielder, Brent Rooker, is also tagged 9 of them. Shea Langoliers, their catcher / pseudo first baseman at times, is hit 7, and Lawrence Butler, one of their speed guys, has hit 6. Soderstrom leads the team with 25 RBIs, Wilson with 21, Rooker with 19, and Langoliers with 17. So hence, they do have some potent bats in there. They have dead spots. They're not the athletics that you remember from years of past, and it should be a good series. For our New York Yankees, our pitching numbers are 3.59 ERA, 10th in the major leagues. Home runs allowed is 32, which is 5th in the league. WHIP is 1.20, which is 7th in the league. And the batting average against our team is a mere 206, which is 1st in Major League Baseball. The team batting average is a 258, which ties us with the A's for 4th. We've scored 206 runs, which is 3rd in the majors. We've hit 62 home runs, which is 1st. A 342 on-base percentage, 1st. And a 465 on-base percentage, which is also 1st. With regard to our players, you guys know most of the stuff. Aaron Judge currently is sitting at a 400 batting average. Goldschmidt following with a 341. Judge leads the team in home runs with 12. Trent Grishbaum has 10. He's 2nd on the team. Ben Rice is 8, and Austin Wells is 7. Judge leads the team by commanding 34 RBIs, and Wells has 23, Volpe has 21, and Grisham has 20. So good distribution of RBIs. With regard to our pitching stats, we have Max Fried with 6 wins, which is tops in the major leagues. He has a 1.05 ERA, which is now tops in the major leagues after the Diamondbacks beat up on Yamamoto last night. His ERA went from a 0.9 to a 1.8. So Max has the best ERA in baseball. Carlos Rodon has 57 Ks, and that also leads baseball. Fried is following with 47, Warren 34, and a bullpen guy, Fernando Cruz, is running at 29. So in this series, I like our chances of taking a series victory. I'm anticipating at least 2 out of 3. Possible wild card games are 1 and 3. I think that Yarbrough, if he pitches on Sunday, he's a quality pitcher. He's a former starter. He knows how to handle pressure. It's not going to get to him. Warren, hopefully we see improvement like we did with Clark Schmidt against the Padres, facing a lighter hitting team. Like I said, I'm anticipating good things. I am going to drop the link so that anyone can come up and say their piece. Right now, the Yankees have the potential walking out of this road trip of being a all right. Real Bill P. Yamamoto was forced to throw a lot of pitches last night. Arizona made him pitch. I hope all the other teams observed last night. The other real plus on that one, Bill, because I actually watched the game with my son last evening. In their previous series, they faced Kodai Senga. They've seen him twice this season, and they ended up splitting 1-1. Senga throws that ghost forkball like all Japanese pitchers do, and when Yamamoto was trying to wield the forkball, Diamondback hitters just were not going after it because they knew it wasn't going to end up in the strike zone, and they forced him to veer away from that. And his secondary pitches aren't as sharp as that strikeout forkball, and they got to him. They got to him hard. Uh, Also in tonight's game for the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers, uh, they've got the kid. Yep, yep, you're right, Bill. They've got the kid Rookie Sasaki pitching tonight, and he has not felt felt all 100% at ease in the major league level. Uh, I see that Joe from NY Yankee Mania is here. I'm going to give him a shout out. Uh, for those of you who haven't, please hit the like, subscribe, and even after the stream ends, if you got comments, drop a comment, and I'll try to do my best to answer it. This evening, like I said earlier, going to be on NY Yankees Mania, Joe's channel, to do the play-by-play for this evening's game. Game time is 10:05, and I believe that we're going to start at 9:50, 9:55 in that time frame. So keep your eyes out for notifications and hop in and join us and say hi and listen to some baseball. Enjoy calling games and like to share them with you. Note to Joe from Real Bill P, keep my lamp safe, no accidents. And note from Stephen B. All right, what the hell? Sean, the Mariners are now hitting. They do have pitching injuries. All right, once again, I'm going to drop the link for those of you that are here, and hopefully somebody will jump up. If not, then I'm going to cut the stream short because I've covered basically all I need to cover, and probably have to do some prep work for this evening's play-by-play. It's going to be a combined type show, so we're going to do a little bit of post game or pre-game, running straight into the stream, and we'll follow up with the post game. Won't be that long. Don't want to keep, because it is a late game. So those of you that managed to hang on and stay up, thank you in advance, and thank you for the support, because channels like Yankees The Ugly Truth and NY Yankees Mania don't exist without the support of you guys, the viewers. You're part of the broadcast team. You add value for every stream that we do, and we like hearing your opinions, your thoughts, even getting a little bit silly. All right, I see that Stephen B is going to try to hop on, so we'll wait for that. You know, Bill, all right, we've got two people hopping on. Back in the day when I was in the Navy and I was on the podium or as a command master chief, I would do a lot of time talking. And for me, it always seemed the more I talked, the less I needed to drink water and the more at ease things went. So, no gargling required. Maybe some bottled water or soda or some iced tea. But it's always a good time. Like I said, I watch probably about 150 plus games a season, and over the last two seasons, I've called quite a few play-by-plays. I see Joe in the background, and I'm going to bring him up on stage. Hey, Joe, how's it going?
Hey, Ken, how are you? Happy Friday afternoon. Hello, everybody in the chat. How's everybody doing today?
Everyone is happy and looking forward to a series against the Athletics. We've had a couple of predictions come out. One thinks that we're going to go on this road trip and do 4-2. My general co-host Sean Browning has said that he thinks we're going to go 5-1 on the road, which would be fantastic, and that would get you closer to your 6 games over 500 right off the bat.
Okay. I don't think it's going to be that good, unfortunately. I've seen too many of these throughout my Yankee days. We're lucky if we go for, if we're a game over 500 on this road trip. 2 games would be like, forget about it, winning a World Series. So it's that tough. The Yankees are notorious, not a great West Coast team. And so, I mean, that's great, Sean. I applaud you, but you got to go through the mill with us, my man. You got to go through the mill. I'm sure Ken
And
will agree with this.
Real Bill's prediction is 6-0 on the road. Have faith. It's a prayer pause.
Jesus.
You know
Uh,
what? The confidence that the Yankees exude in a tough series against the Padres may very well carry over to this road trip. Hopefully, it does.
mhm.
Hopefully, Aaron Judge, going back to his home state of California, goes off. Aaron can carry the Yankees by himself, for a month or longer, just with the way he swings the bat. And I'd love to see him do great things.
Oh,
I see
yeah.
that John the Beagle Dad has hopped in. I want to say hi and thank you for coming into the stream, brother. Appreciate it.
Hey, John, welcome.
So, Joe, how are you feeling about the series that we're coming up on?
Cautiously optimistic, but I honestly, I got to tell you, I don't think they're going to win the series. It's just the one of those. I don't know. I'm just not liking it. And then at the end, you have Luis Severino, who I'm sure is gonna give a performance of his life against the Yankees. Um, I just don't see it. I think we're gonna win one game in the series, and I hope it's tonight anyway. That's the way I feel about it. I just there's something about the A's and the first time that they go out to the West Coast, and I hope I'm wrong, and I want everybody to say, "Ha ha, Joe, you were wrong." And no, I'm not putting the lamp up as collateral. So I'm ahead of Will. I'm ahead of Mr. Bill. I'm not doing that. So forget it. But
The
that's how I feel. It's just I just think that this series is scary to me. It is scary to me.
After initially when I before I started putting together the numbers for myself for this show, uh, I was a little concerned, and then I the uh, uh, saw the wins that the the A's have 20 wins on the season,
Hmm.
and a lot of those wins came against the White Sox, the Mariners. They have 2 series wins against the White Sox that they swept 6 games. They did play well against a good Texas Rangers team, but they took both series from them. So that made me feel a little bit more optimistic. Then I saw their home record. Their home record is actually horrible. They don't play well in the stadium in Sacramento. They've
Right.
got uh, they've got like a 13-8 or 13-7 record on the road, and they're like 7-11 at home. Uh,
Okay.
and the other thing that raised my eyes, especially with all the home run hitters that they have, is that they have uh, a negative 24 run differential. So they're getting pounded.
Hmm.
and they're not scoring a lot. If we can get quality starts out of Rodon, which I suspect we will, uh, I don't think that they'll take that game. And we haven't announced our Sunday starter yet. I just have the gut feeling that it's going to be Ryan Yarbrough, and their team is a fastball hitting team, and the way that Yarbrough pitches, that doesn't really interpret well for them.
Okay. Yeah, it's possible. Or it's all hands on deck on Sunday. But obviously tonight is the key, and we really, really hope that Warren pitches really, really well, and then Rodon will. If we lose tonight, we come back and hopefully win tomorrow. So. It's gonna be a tough series. There's no question in my mind. Are the Yankees the better team? Yes. Uh, but who's going to get the lucky breaks? Well, we'll find out at 10. We'll find out about 10:05 tonight. That's just the way I feel. The lesser team, it's funny. You have your Miguel Andujars, Bidet. These are guys that just give you fits, and not to mention Mr. Home Run Hitter at first base. So, and then they have to contend with our guys, with Paul G and Aaron Judge, of course, and the other list of characters. But we're still going. We're still going to California. We're going to be out there, and they have to prove me wrong. Look at all the series that especially in May. It's Oh my God. So I'm really praying. I'm really hoping that they get off with a bang tonight, and then everything else is easy cheese.
Looking at tonight's numbers, there is not a single A that has seen Warren, so they're coming in completely blank. And the only Yankee to see Badeau is Cody Bellinger, and it's 5 at bats. He's got 2 RBIs, and he's hitting 400 with a 800 OPS. So
Good. Okay. They
so I
always.
mean,
They. I'm
it's
sorry.
pretty much going to be a clean slate for these guys facing off against each other.
Okay. Fair
Probably
enough.
be probably be a an effort to see who stays out of the middle of the out of the middle of the plate, because neither one of these pitchers is a top tier pitcher for their respective teams, and
Oh, and no question about that. No, we're not talking about Don Drysdale against Tom Seaver here. That's 100% true. But it should be a fun game. Ken, it's going to be a fun game to call. I think. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think there's going to be homers. There's, and it should be a lot of fun. It should be fun to call tonight.
I agree completely. I will tell you the closer that they have sitting in the bullpen, Mason Miller, is no joke.
I
It
know.
almost seems unfair when he comes in to pitch, because he throws that damn 102-mile-an-hour fastball, and then he follows it up with a 85-mile-an-hour slider.
Hmm.
So hitters are
Well,
truly off balance.
there's no question. You definitely want to be ahead. You don't want any part of that guy. Nothing. No part of that guy whatsoever. And so if by the eighth, ninth inning, if the Yankees aren't up, it's going to be big problems.
Real BLP note, a little bit of humor. My wife laughed at me. I had to hump my butt like a camel. So now you're a camel butt?
Oh my God. I think I'm going to try to get him into one of these comedy clubs here in the city, and we'll all go see him.
Well, Real Bill is in Virginia with me. So little bit of a trip to get to a comedy club in New York.
Uh,
Another real Bill P comment: Advantage Yankees. Boone can't screw this one up.
oh, jeez. I'll tell you.
And then the
um,
last real Bill P comment: Miller's the real deal. We have to get the lead early and keep it. Indeed, he is. He is definitely the real deal.
yes,
Uh,
yes. Any predictions on the heavy hitter for tonight? I'm going with Bellinger. I think Bellinger is going to have some series. I really do.
Cody has done well over the last few games, and I don't disagree with you. I think that Cody has the potential to break out. Uh, Goldie is up there, and he's been doing well.
Yeah.
I would like to see one of the kids do some damage. You know, whether it be Vivas if he's in the lineup, or Peraza if he's in the lineup.
Yeah. I mean,
Get them some confidence.
I would safely say I think Cabrera will be at third. Wait a minute. The starter's a right-hander or a lefty? Shame on me for not knowing
I
that.
believe he's a right hander.
Okay, so I would probably think they're going to go with the percentages. I guess Cabrera will be at third. Vivas will be at second. Um, it'll be interesting if who's going to play Trent Grissom or Paul G is going to be DHing or playing first. But Trent G does belong in that lineup tonight. Come hell or high water, he should be playing. He really should.
Well,
I don't like Ben Rice as the leadoff hitter. I never did. I know he has a couple of bombs as a leadoff hitter. I just don't trust his swing enough. He's still learning on the job, and I just don't trust him in the later innings. Maybe in the beginning, he'll get a homer or get a single or something. But at this time, my trust is in Trent Grissom, and not because he's gotten the big hits. It's just that he's a veteran, and he knows the score. He knows what's going on, and I just trust Grissom in the later innings much more than I trust Ben Rice.
well, everyone was pretty upset when when we offered Grisham a $5 million contract to stay in place, and God's honest truth, he didn't have a lot of opportunities to play last season. Verdugo pretty much had one of the outfield spots locked down.
Yep.
Soto had the other spot locked down, and then you had Judge floating between being the uh, being the center fielder and being the DH. So Grisham didn't really play a lot, and even in his limited playing time, I mean, the Yankees fans did something that pissed me off beyond all belief when he came up to bat against the Dodgers and they started chanting Soto. We want Soto, and then Grisham answered their bullshit with a freaking dinger.
Yes, that
So
was great. Yeah, that was great.
hey, CT, glad to see you here. Uh, the thing that he has gotten this year is real, uh, genuine playing time because he had so many erratic at bats uh, last season. Last season, he couldn't really get on pace, but he's hitting regularly now, and I suspect that he's capable of being a close to 300 hitter. When he played uh, in San Diego, the uh, the outfield was tremendous. Uh, there was not a lot of room for him to. He wasn't banging home runs out of that monster park,
Mm-hmm.
and this year he has a swing that is consistent. He is
Very
um,
confident.
he is playing with confidence beyond all belief, and honestly, he's earned his playing time.
Yes. No question. No question about that, Ken. You hit the nail right on the nose. That's why I really, if he's going to be in the lineup, you got to lead him off. Got to lead him off. That's it. End of story. There's no rhyme to reason not to lead him off. You can bet Ben Rice, whatever, down below 6-5, 6-7, whatever. Keep him out of the cleanup spot, and keep Austin Wells out of the cleanup spot, please. I mean, the leadoff spot, please keep him off.
All right, I see that CT Cards has joined our stream.
Oh,
So
nice.
welcome, brother. Appreciate it. Uh, bring up a comment from CT. Bellinger is starting to wake up this month. Uh, expect more from him in the coming weeks.
Totally agree.
From from the Padres series, what I saw is prior to that we had a bunch of players. Uh, During the Padres series, it seemed like the team was actually gelling and playing as a unit, especially in Game Two with the uh, monster inning that we had against a very very good bullpen for the Padres, and then in Game Three, our uh, our team's ability to bounce back. They would score runs, we would score runs. They would score runs, we would score runs. We held them, and then we scored for the first walk off victory of the season. So hence, you know, more team play, more sacrificing for the team, and not trying to be the hero and hit the goddamn long ball out every time they're up to bat with runners in
Hmm.
scoring position. That I think is and we've got a lot of guys that are first and second year players, and
Yes,
a lot of those guys didn't perform last year. They weren't worth a damn. They
correct.
relied on Big G, on Soto, on
Judge.
the captain to accomplish all our run scoring because the bottom six hitters in our lineup didn't do anything. And with the 10 run inning, you see contributions up and down the lineup. I mean, the only person that didn't do dick in that inning was Oswaldo Cabrera, who made 2 outs, which he should be put on the wall of shame for that one.
Well,
2 outs in one inning, go figure.
one thing about last year that really hurt the Yankees too, the guy that was hurt so much, John Birdie. We never really saw his excellence as a backup, as a good infielder. We never got to see that, and I was really hoping they'd bring him back, but unfortunately, he left and he went to go sign, and he's kind of starting games for the Cubs. And I wish him well because I applaud that signing, that acquisition immediately. I thought that was excellent, and unfortunately,
Uh,
he couldn't stay off of the IL.
hey Joe,
Yeah,
I've got uh, a note from Real Bill for you.
here we go.
My bank just called. They said that they would loan me the money to buy the sign and the lamp from Joe. So
Oh my God.
he secured funding for your stuff.
Oh my God! I'm afraid to say a number. You might even do it. You'll put it in my Zelle or something. Are you kidding me? You are too much.
All right, I'm going to bring up a Mario comment. Please don't be upset, Yankees Nation, but the only thing that makes me mad is Hal. Wow, open the wallet, bro, now. Or wow. All right, Mario. Now let's do the hypothetical. Let's say Hal opens his wallet up. Who do you want to get?
Rafael Devers. Devers.
Sandy Alcantara, who's not pitching well.
No way.
Dylan
No, no,
Dylan
no.
Dylan Cease, who uh, Dylan Cease, who pitched a gem against us, but hasn't been uh, doing well on the season.
Oh yeah, he's going to get rocked this next. Whoever he pitches against, he's going to get rocked. I know that.
Yeah. So hence, the Yankees were in the last series were able to perform against a top caliber bullpen and some very good starters too.
Yes, 100%. A lot of rumors floating around that a lot of people want Michael King back. I don't see it because I don't think the Yankees are going to lay out that amount of money, regardless what comes off the books or not. I don't see it. Uh, I wouldn't doubt Michael King ends up in Flushing. That'd be a possibility. But with the Yankees, a lot of things would have to fall into place, and I just don't see it. Next year, I mean, we know they're secure. Well, hopefully with Garrett Cole, you have Freed, you have Eel. Hopefully, you'll have Clark Smith. So I don't, and Radon. I just don't see it. Bullpen wise, obviously, I think they're gonna go. They're gonna keep Weaver, um, and then we'll see. So the money for Williams might come off also, but no, I starting pitching. I don't think will be the main thing in the off season. Win, lose, or draw.
All right,
There's the
brought
man.
CT Cards up, the newest moderator for uh, the Ugly Truth. So thank you for being here.
Hey,
What
anytime,
you
Ken.
got?
No, it was funny. You bringing up like Cease the other night. That was his best start I'd seen him do, but he did leave the game with that cramp in his arm. And what makes me worried about Cease is is San Diego building him up right, the right way right now? Because I don't want to see him, like, I know it's San Diego, it's not the Yankee, but I just don't want to see him have, especially if we might go after him in the offseason. I want to make sure they're revving him up in the right way and getting him back, because that makes me a little nervous that, he pitched that was the best start I think of the season I've seen out of Cease. It was against us. And luckily we had, we stayed in the game and were able to, outdo him in the end. So, but I'm just curious what your thoughts were on that when you're bringing back a
As
pitch.
far as
Well,
far as Cease, I don't see him coming into the Bronx.
no.
I think his salary is going to probably be AAV, probably somewhere around 35 mil. And honestly, with us having both of our back end arms in the bullpen leaving, uh, unsure of what Bellinger is going to do. Most people think that he's going to opt back in because they don't think that he can get a larger contract out and abroad. We just don't have a lot of money to play with. I mean, we're 20 mil under the Cohen threshold with payroll for next season. That doesn't include any arbitration bumps that we're going to end up getting or signing deals to keep people from going to arbitration. So the first and foremost thing that we have to address is going to be the back end of the bullpen.
Well,
Sure.
And right
that
now,
always works its way with you never worry with that's one thing with Cashman. You never worry about that. He'll find a way.
well, what I'm saying is we have Weaver on a $2.5 million deal for this season, and he is closing. That's not closer money. You're talking probably closer to 15 mil for closer, and I believe that Loizaga is only on a 1 year deal also.
We have the
So
option.
hence, I wasn't sure about his total deal, but I knew that it was one solid year, and if we pick up the option, then he's locked with us. So I mean, you may go that route and end up with your setup and your closer. The travesty that the Yankees fans are screaming about with Devin Williams right now, I find it very difficult to believe that he would be back with us next season. Not even sure that if he was to come back that he would be a closer. So,
Well, you know who's going to be in demand next year? The Cardinals closer. So I mean, there's rumors all over the place with that guy right now. But the Cardinals are playing well, and there's no way they're going to deal him right now. But if they fall off by the trade deadline, oh my God, everybody and its mother is going to want this guy. Anybody that has a chance to get the last wild card or win the division, I don't care who they have, they're going to go for him, hands down. But not now because the Cardinals are playing surprisingly well, playing well.
well, the move that I don't want to see is the Yankees bringing Arenado into the fold. I don't like his contract. His skill set is declining, and past his contract, he has deferred money.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
not interested in Arenado.
No, the only other guy in that infield that we would want is Donovan, and I seriously doubt. I think the Cardinals are building around those guys. In
I think
Donovan,
I think there's a rift with Donovan because of all the shit that got said about him when he lost his arbitration hearing.
right?
And if you follow any of the St. Louis media, they've been talking about him possibly being moved near the deadline.
No,
So,
I'm sure the Yankees will be listening.
well, I will tell you, I have been a proponent for Brendan Donovan coming to the Yankees for at least 2 seasons now. And if we had the opportunity to bring him on board, I might be willing to sacrifice one of those top tier prospects that we have.
I see CT shaking his head. I don't know. To me, it's going to be very, very hard to trade Spencer Jones. Left-handed, made for Yankee Stadium. You've got to give him a chance. They've got to give that kid a chance. I am so scared of that because he could become another Jay Buhner from the left side. There's so many players you worry about. You really, really worry about. I would not do that.
What do you think, Ken?
Honestly, if we could send Dominguez for Donovan, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I
Yeah.
think that the Yankees are the young man is talented. It's obvious, but the Yankees have pretty much made him a fourth outfielder. He's playing infrequently, so his defensive skill sets there in left field are not going to improve much until he gets regular playing time. People complain about his right-handed at bats, but when a left-handed pitcher's on the mound, he's nowhere to be found in the game. So the organization, as they do with a lot of their prospects, everybody's touted coming to the big leagues, but when they get here, the team doesn't give them a chance. There have been very few that they've done it with. Volpe is one, and Judge being the other. And
Well,
it looks like they're giving Wells a shot
Wells
now.
right. Yeah. Well, again, like we got to see the need. Look, we need to play. The Yankees need to play at least 60 games, and then we could really turn. And you see players coming back. Who, let's say somebody else gets hurt. In the next 25 games, it will define what exactly they're going to be looking for. What do they need? And what do we expect from this team? Because right now, to me, it's up in the air. I really don't know what to expect. Aside from Aaron Judge is a definite. That's the only positive that I see. With everything else, I mean they have a big window to be very good, a very good team. I'm not saying no, but I the jury's still out on this team. First place or not, the next 25 games, let's see exactly where we are, and we have this discussion again, and we'll have a better idea. That's just the way I feel. Guys, I'm going to have to get off the stream. I do have
Okay.
two very important calls that are coming in and I have to make. So I wish you guys a great day, and both of you hopefully will CT will see you in the stream tonight. I hope. Have a great day. Keep getting better, my man. Saying prayers for you.
Thanks, man. Thank you, Joe.
You guys have a great day, okay?
You
And
too.
we'll see you later.
For sure. For sure.
Take care.
We've gone over the hour mark that I generally like to keep in points, so we're going to shut this stream down.
Well, Ken,
But before
could I ask you one thing? I just want to
Sure.
ask you one quick thing before we end the stream. We have DJ coming back. What are your thoughts on, like, my issue with DJ, I'll make this quick, is that I'm worried that can he get the ball out of the infield, hitting, and how is he gonna not get injured right away? So what are we gonna do if he comes back, he's not hitting, then gets injured? What is our fallback plan? What do you think is our best approach for in case that does happen?
I think that DJ ends up getting released if he can't perform at the major league level.
Okay.
And then we'll end up eating his $15 million contract for next year. We'll have the roster spot, but we won't have him. But
Gotcha.
Long and short, I believe in DJ like most people don't. He's a two-time batting champion, and God's honest truth, that's muscle memory. That's built-in mechanics. You don't forget how to hit. The second half of the 23 season, he hit over 270 and was a monster. He got to the point where he had been the player that he was previously. Last season, the early part of that season, he was injured. When he's injured, he's not going to be hitting right.
Yeah. Yep.
I know that general Yankee philosophy is that they're paying him a crap load of money and he's going to play, or he's going to have the opportunity to play.
Yeah.
And I mean, the people that saved DJ from being DFA'd last season were Judge and Rizzo. And I don't see that Judge is going to go up again and hold DJ on the team if he's not able to do the job, because it only hurts us in the postseason in the long run.
Exactly. Sorry, Ken, I just wanted to ask you that. So just wanted to ask you.
No, what I was going to bring up a couple of info notes. This evening at 9:50, we're going to be doing a play-by-play for the Yankees and A's on NY Yankee Mania, Joe's channel. So I'd like to see everyone there. May not stay for the whole game, but at least drop in and say, hey, drop a like and show some support for us on the channel.
No, I'll definitely be there, Ken. As I said, I watch my games on mute, and then I join the play-by-plays. We were talking about that last night.
And the channel is sitting at 84 subscribers for me. So share the stuff out. I'd like to get to 100 at some time before the century is up. 100 subscribers. So I appreciate y'all's support. And if you haven't, please like. Those watching in the shadows, subscribe. And if you feel that there's value in this content, share it out with your friends, your family, your dog, your cat. I appreciate the support. Any last comments about the Ace series, CT?
This is going to be interesting after coming out of San Diego. Winning those last two games, I think we have some momentum. It'd be nice to see us come into the series and continue that momentum. I'm a little worried about Warren starting tonight. I know, some people really like Warren. Some people are kind of iffy about him. I'm still kind of stuck in the middle. I've seen Warren actually look really good, and there's other games that I watch where I'm just shaking my head where he's giving me I don't know, he makes me very nervous. I kind of see him as, we'll know after 2 2/3 innings. Is he going to give us 4 innings, 5? That would be nice if we could get 5 innings out of Warren. 2 thumbs up, but to me, I'm not sold that we're going to get 5 innings out of him. So for game 1, I'm a little nervous about. The other 2 games, or the rest of the series, I'm a little more chill about, how we're doing. But I'm a little worried about Warren tonight.
Well, for Warren, my thoughts are, if we get 5 innings out of him and 2 earned runs or less, that's good to go. Our bullpen has had a little bit of a break, so they should be able to fortify Warren's start this evening. We have Rodon going in the second game, and he's almost like money in the bank. You expect to see him out there for 7 innings and possibly a couple of back end guys.
Unless he should.
Then our third. Then our third game is not been determined for us yet. I think that it's going to be Ryan Yarbrough doing the opener thing, and he had enough in the tank to get us through 4. He probably could have got us through 5, but Boone didn't want to risk it. Yarbrough has a history in the AL East. He's been a starter for a lot of his career, and I think it's just a matter of time of actually stretching him out to be the 5th starter.
I agree.
He certainly has more value added than Cookie Carrasco did, because he was giving up 5 to 6 runs and wasn't making it. Sometimes not to the 4th, much more or less through it. So with a couple of arms that are doing that to us, you're putting a lot of stress on your bullpen. Like I said, I think the Yankees will take 2 out of 3 in this series. It's hard to sweep a team, especially on the road, but the A's don't have a good home record. So with that being said, I'm going to end on my traditional note with "Let's go Yankees." Have a great day. Hope to see you in the stream and for the play-by-plays, and we'll see you on the funny pages. Catch y'all later.
Take care.